Hi, I just forgot my damn computer at home. I was going to show up a new thing I was working on. I'm not, instead. What's it called? And also show up, I worked on that ant game some more. Everyone remembers the little jumping guys. And I worked on that one some more. So I was going to show that too, but none of that. Instead, we've got who cares about that shit? We've got real shit today. You're getting, for the first time in your damn life, you're getting some real shit. Who here has heard of the classic Famicom game by Sunsoft, Atlantis no Nazo, The Mystery of Atlantis? Because of I mentioned it just then? Yeah. Okay. This is an interesting game that I've kind of been obsessed with recently, from about 1986 or something. Conceptualized as the Mario killer. It is what perhaps one would call a kusoge, if you recognize that term. It is Japanese for shitty game. And I think it has like a slightly different connotation. Like, it's not just a shitty game, there's like a vibe, a movement, a powerful dream being expressed. So let's get into it. I couldn't download an NES emulator.
Play it in the browser.
Okay, does anyone want to come up, a volunteer from the audience want to come up and just like press the jump button? To like, yeah, oh yeah, come up. To feel how this feels to play. Just a live reaction. Probably Z and X. Probably. I don't know. That's what it usually is on NES emulators. It's like, yeah, click the little play button. Arrow keys. And run around. It just. You're not gonna get the treasure. 500 treasure.
There we go.
You see this killing Mario, really good. Mario's dead.
So it's got 3-minute jumps.
The OST slap.
Once you can control the height of your jump by holding the button. But once you let go of that button, you are in God's hands. Nothing can save you. It failed. That has been one death. There's the 7 allowed.
Turn it down.
Or put it down. An interesting fact is your falling corpse can open chests. And it's like always perfectly timed. It's always like you fall down and then it's like, diddly down, like end to the game over screen. The explosions. Yeah, that grenade can kill you if you walk into the explosion. That's like part of the beauty of it. Oh, and that will not be hard. This game's already offering so much. Thank you, volunteer. A round of applause. There's some stuff I want to show in the game if you like, because this game is like kind of insane. It's like many people are calling it the beautiful game. One of the choicest of this era. Consider you can go into this door. Yeah, and now you're in second zone. And it's like this. And these enemies will clam up if you throw a bomb, so you have to throw another one to get them as they continue. And you go around and you collect little treasures.
What's the timer for?
The timer is how long you have to live in the game. And it counts down very fast.
Just like in
it is
real life.
scary. And this level gives you just like barely enough time to get through. And so, awesome. Oh, this is fucking awesome. This is, there we go. That, when they get into that position, you may possibly be in hell.
There we go.
And now we're getting to where the game starts getting kind of bad. You go through and you start feeling how bad the jump is with these platforming with the stupid fish that starts afflicting you in this arena. Yeah, and almost every single level starts you off directly in front of a pit. So if you just hold, you will walk off.
Wow. Good game.
And that is how the average playthrough of Atlantis no Nazo might go. For the beginner. As you play, you start to understand some of the intricacies of how this game works.
Note the text mystery adventure.
I'm gonna kill myself. I just want to show off this beautiful game that I love so dearly. This is part of the appeal of like shitty games like this to me. I think they have an appeal similar to like horror movies, where one might look at it and say, why is this fun? You're just getting scared. It's just shitty. How is this fun? And there is an exhilaration to the shittiness, I feel. I can't talk and play this at the same time. Where like it is like going over the Niagara Falls in a barrel. It is you're grappling with the elements. Oh, I cannot talk while playing this game. Forgive me while I clam up for a moment and just try and get past this stage so that I can show you where this game starts to really open up. This little man, he doesn't even know. Oh my god, and those shitty trees. It's awesome. If you jump over, then you can get to this door over here and bomb it open. And if you go over here, you go to the 11th zone.
It's like a warp zone.
And you can get 50,000 in each of these things. And it's just a locked off part of this level. And then you can bomb to get back out. And you might notice when you exit this door, it sets your checkpoint to where you exited the door with the timer reset. And so you consider that level where it gives you just barely enough time to reach the door. This one is fortunately a bit more relaxed. No, not even gonna care. 1,000. Every time you get 100,000 score, you get an extra life. That's kind of exciting. I don't know.
I'm digging the music.
It is kind of dinky in a cute way. Sunsoft always did good music. Ever played Gimmick? Any Gimmick fans? Gimmick Sauce. That one is like, it is an experience playing this game and going, what the hell? How did the guys who made Gimmick make this like trash? And then you play it a bit more and realize, oh, only the geniuses who made Gimmick could make something like this. Where if you go up and go into the door to the 3rd zone, and then jump over here, bomb in, and you can get back in the door with the timer reset and continue on past the door.
It's sort of funny because this was almost like a genre of games that you guys go like, because it reminds me a lot of like Pitfall Harry or the first like bad platformer where the jump feels like crap.
Oh, there was Zone 8, and the Zone 8 likes are nightmarish to navigate. Maybe I'll show it off if I get there. But you can then go back up here, and if you get to the 9th zone. And if you do this, then you can get the up arrow power up. And does anyone want to guess what the up arrow power does? Okay, I am going to press up on the D-pad right now and watch carefully. It adds 3 score whenever I press the up arrow. You might have recalled that the only thing score does is if you get 100,000 score, that gives you an extra life. And so now I can go in here. And I get, oh boy, I get to the 8th zone. This one's fun. Watch this fun gameplay. And you get to, like, you have to have an understanding of the intricacies of how this jump works in order to get through this with any amount of time. The problem here is not falling and dying, it is just everything will slow you down so much. This game loves to slow you down in a game with such a, like, strict timer. But someone said something?
I feel like they kind of just gave up on the background for this.
Oh yeah, it's like they get bizarre. There are some. Oh.
Like moon craters, and they're on the wall. It's very strange.
Okay. Honestly, who cares about that part right now? There is some further tricks that must be shown. For example, if you go over here,
I really appreciate the walk.
it's insane.
Very purposeful.
They were cooking with this one. Oh yeah, on the side note, does anyone want to guess how many zones there are in this game?
128.
There are 101 zones. And so, if you go over here into this secret area with the treasures, and then go into this corner and kill yourself, it takes you to zone 52. Yeah, the 52th zone. By the way, there is no explanation as to what the power-ups do, even in the manual. In the manual it says, try and figure out what the power-ups do based on their image. Oh, I'm a fool. The clock, I don't know. I think it makes the timer tick like slightly slower, like 10% slower. Oh my. This is all Atlantis, I guess. This is what happens in Atlantis.
Yeah, the name really makes sense.
And you're a guy who is going to seek where his master, who was exploring Atlantis, went with his special explosives instead of anything goddamn useful. Okay. You're these shitty mummies. They take 3 hits to kill, and just some of them will shoot extremely fast projectiles. And there will be no visual indicator that they're going to do this. Of course not. Of course there will not be. And if you go over here, you will find one of the many great mysteries of this game. Hidden doors that only show up if you blow them up. And you get to 62. The 62nd zone. And here, you can get, oh, these skeletons, please, just leave me, just let me be. You can get S. And S is one of the very good power, I don't have it anymore, whatever. Maybe I can get it again, if I go back. Yes, I can, thank God. S is one of the good power-ups in this game. There are 2 ones that are pretty much necessary to beat the game. This one makes it so that instead of exploding that little explosion when you shoot your explosion, it kills everything on the entire screen. And let's go over here. I think that's because this one only shows up when you go through this way. I think that's a secret passage I found to get there. So that's like a skip I discovered. No, wait, that was the wrong way again. Oh my god, this fucking game. It's so good. I dare I say it's peak. 63rd, yeah. Yeah, here you can get $1, I think. No, $200,000, okay. And then, you gotta explode to find a secret message out. You start to understand its language that it speaks to and where kind of secret doors might be. Like if you can't exit somewhere, secret doors. Oh, this one is almost unplayable without the power up. If you go over there, you get an item that lets you jump onto clouds, that lets you get the star in zone 10. And I know how to get all that, I just don't know how to get back to zone 10. Also, here we get introduced to ice physics. And the star power-up makes you entirely invincible to enemy attacks, but it goes away if you die. And I believe that is necessary to complete the final area and thus beat the game. Let's go for more ice physics. Here you will notice one of the many intricacies of the jump. I will jump, and you'll see that I don't go high, because you need a run-up to jump, which is really fun to get on a little ice platform like this, right next to a hole. And there is a later level where you have to do this entirely. There is a later level where you have to do this entirely in darkness, where you cannot see the walls or anything, and you have to simply memorize the layout and get the special power-up that makes your grenades light up the room for like a goddamn frame. And I think you get the idea.
I thought you were burying the lead here on this fish man.
This is that is a constant inspiration to me.
How does this relate to MDA?
MDA, I think they use their mechanics effectively to create a dynamic of unease and trial and error that lends itself to the aesthetic of mystery. That too, but I think bullshit is a part of mystery and a part of adventure. Really, it's like there's a lot of like. It feels like sometimes on like these aren't people I really follow, but people I end up being forced to see anyway. Like there's a talk I've seen about like I don't know. There's a lot of it seems an impetus in the greater design field to design towards convenience, to go with things like, oh, this is bad UX, like put a waypoint here or something, like guide the player, something. And that to me, like, perhaps there's like an element of that, because like if your game is like too shady to play, no one will play it except me. And but there is also something I feel where like pretty much like convenience is almost the antithesis of game design, where like if you remove all of the friction, if you like design totally for convenience, there is no longer a game. There you are just like you started up to end it. Like the game is created as a result of encountering friction with the systems. Like even in like a movie or something or a book, there's like some friction. You can't design a book for convenience, otherwise it's just you open and it's one page. It's like the Sparks notes of the story. That's a book with waypoints and fast travel. And I think about that sometimes. I think about something like this, where it's like so fucked up and weird and jank and obtuse that like most people probably wouldn't like it that much and wouldn't like playing it that much, but I can highly respect the vision of designing for something like that, and that's like something that in many ways is lost in our current era. This feeling of like being willing to like do things to the player like this. I guess you could call it like a product of like best practices focused design, of like there being a much more solidified way in the recent years of like how to make games, of like how this thing is done. When you make a game where you wander around in a big place, you give them a mini map, you give them this and you give them that, and like I don't know, I think like Minecraft would be way better if you couldn't check coordinates and just like the compass actually pointed north. I think that would be awesome. I don't know, I think like there's a lot of things and a lot of aspects that people like, not so much people like I know really, but like I guess bigger designers that I don't even consider the name of, and like faceless, like guy number 3 at Ubisoft who says we should add fast travel and like a combo system. There's a tendency to design out things that could be really interesting parts of the game if you let them be their own thing. Like fast travel is not like as a convenience feature removes navigation, which can be a thing that you can make fun. Like you could like there isn't as much of a push for like fast combat. For like here's like now that you've done this enemy encounter in Assassin's Creed, you can just press one button to immediately win it. Because yeah, you've done it already. Fast travel through the thing comes like all of these things like change their like context depending on how you encounter them, and like I don't know, they're all things that can be fun. It's like playing this game, I've been trying to play it without save states, which is like really painful at times, but there is a rewarding aspect of it. There is something lost by playing it with save states. there's nothing really added by playing with save states. It just removes this aspect of the game that just, you might like not like the game as much without save states. It might be like annoying and frustrating, but you are just gaining a lesser version of what you would be experiencing without this feature that adds convenience. And I'm not necessarily saying that like all features that like are designed to be convenient for the player are like bad or anything, but I think perhaps like in the generalized design field, there's like people are kind of trigger happy with systems like that, just like adding them in, thinking they're a net good, when like there's stuff to consider there. Like I could keep talking. You want me to keep talking? I could keep talking. I heard a sigh. Whatever, sure, I'm done. Closing thoughts. Anyone played Lethal Company? I was going to talk about Lethal Company.
Yeah.
Lethal Company is cool. It has a lot of interesting friction that like systems that would be like nothing, like an afterthought in other games, are like a consistent like worry going around. Like, oh shit, I gotta consider like this like weird little jump that I have to do to get to this area. Like I gotta carry my shit back, so I gotta consider like how I'm going to like route to get out of this place successfully with all my stuff. I gotta consider like whether I can even make it back to my ship with all this shit and like whatever's happening outside. I don't know. There's a lot. I didn't write a script. I'm done. I'm good. I'm going to bed.
Well, thank you, Ben.
Marketing. Hang on. Marketing time. Does this whole URL still work?
I think so.
Yay! It does. Play my latest game. What was it? Whichever of these. They're not even loading. I don't know why. Play them. This web URL. Play my video games. God damn it, because I couldn't show them today.
What's the URL?
That's lintilion.itch.io.
We'll post it up on the Discord.
Yeah.
Put it up there.
Any questions?
Fill some of it.
No? Okay. What's up?
How closely related to the game that you were going to show today is the game that you did show us?
Kind of related. In a rare what's it called, moment of weakness for me, I decided to try and make a game that was actually fun. And so I've mainly been like working on like combat stuff and thinking about how that can kind of like you run around and like hit little bouncing slimes with your sword. And I think I want to make it so you can like jump onto enemies and bounce off them to like air combo guys and shit. And maybe like throw some kind of axe or shoot a beam. It's possible that beams could be present in this era. They're on the way up. Good night.